introduced recently is called the prototyping phase. By prototyping, right, we want to test if our design or concept works. Basically, this is to make sure that let's say if we were to carry out a process, will it actually serve the needs of the people that we want to actually cover. Introduced recently is called the prototyping phase. By prototyping, right, we want to test if our design or concept works. Basically, this is to make sure that let's say if we were to carry out a process, will it actually serve the needs of the people that we want to actually cover. Okay. Thereafter, we will go on to system development and testing. Okay. Before that, we will do a pilot launch usually to test out with a small group of people to test if our system works. Then, when everything is okay, we will then go into the official launch. Okay, there's also a post-monitoring period, which we call it the AAR period. It's actually the after-action review.
We also learn of these 4 different models. So for the first model is this restaurant model. If you look at a restaurant, when you go into the restaurant itself, right, you have waiter and waitresses which will attend to a personalized need. And for self-help, self-service model, it's like these vending machines, and it's an idiot-proof. You can just go to the vending machine, any layman can actually use it and get what he or she wants. Assembly line model is actually for mass production and system flow, so you want to be able to cater to large masses of crowd coming in. And airport model. Okay, have you ever wondered why we ask, airport always asks you to check in 2 hours before that, but normally you wouldn't feel that 2 hours waiting time is a very long waiting time. Because airport models, they have a lot of retail outlets to actually reduce the impact of waiting time. So you wouldn't feel that it's a cumbersome process to actually have to wait the 2 hours.
Number one, a focus on giving youth a voice at the table. I mentioned that we had our youth council, our 20 representatives, or 24 representatives rather, that sat on that. We actually deliberately set policy that 25%, no less than 6 of those 24 slots would always be a young person under the age of 24 and would really have a strong voice in creating policy and in deciding how our programs looked. And what that really created for us was a very different dynamic. It's one thing to have 24 people like me that have been around a long time and think that they are very clearly, as a 45-year-old, know what a 19-year-old needs. And it's very different to have a 19-year-old sit at a table and tell you what a 19-year-old needs. They see things so much different.
最近我们提出了很多的创新资讯税务服务。那我们会产生这样的一个创新服务，主要是来自2个主要的驱动力。第一个驱动力是来自于业务的需求，那另外一个是看看有没有新的技术、新的资讯科技能够取代我们旧有的一些技术跟产品。那有了这些业务的需求，还有新的资讯科技之后呢，我们会先做一个评估，可行性的评估，看看是不是技术上面可行，成本上面是不是可行。那另外还有就是说，我们法规上面是不是允许我们这样来做？那经过这样的评估之后呢，我们大概会采取3种策略来提出我们的一些创新的一些服务。那第一个策略就是整合的策略，就是把一些原来分散在不同机关单位或者是不同的流程上面的一些业务呢，我们透过资讯科技来把它整合，那提出一个更方便的一个资讯一个服务。那另外就是说，对于现有的系统或者是现有的服务，持续的不断的改善。那等一下会跟各位报告，就是说我们改善的一些理念呢，其实是来自外面的一些纳税人，还有一些客户。那我们透过这样的一个不断的改善，希望能够提升它的效率、它的方便性。
And the third point is, in the near future, we need a new type of human resources. So far, in the government, many people are trained in legal studies and the economics and anyway, social sciences, men. Of course, specialists in the public works and the healthcare and something. But in the near future, we need a new type of civil servants who have both talent. For example, medical doctor at the same time they have a title of lawyer or they trained in the management. So in the future, as president of Japanese Society of Public Administration,
是人们对于政府的要求，其实都是一些生活事件 （life events）。life events 就是人民要求的，只不过从出生一直到死亡的这个过程里边，它重要的就业的问题、就学的问题，这些问题呢，政府应该从人民的角度来学习。
Positive my presentation with two very simple sentences. Beyond e-technology, what will be the next stage?
所以我们台大医院一直在推动所谓的医疗跟医业的结合啊，特别是资讯、资通啊、侦测、传输啊，甚至我们现在在考虑使用云端计算啊 （cloud computing） 啊，这样子的结果呢，让我们在医院能够研发出一种，比如说我可以处理50万人的资料，那我非常简单就能够知道你现在情况对不对？那这样子的情形呢，是我们可以去研发出来的东西。那这个东西呢，当然需要让我们的侦测的仪器呢可以带着走啊，比如说病人不要回到家里才能够去测量，他可以带着这个很简单的仪器呢，就可以出国，就可以到外面去，随时可以用。
In 2003, Incheon International Airport decided to make a strong consulting group for passenger service. Participants in the committee had two major concerns. First of all, they were concerned that their original power and authority might be undermined. Secondly, they were curious about the effectiveness of public-led committee. To solve such problems, we set up the severe innovation targets and enhanced the rules and regulations.
And analyzed statistically how much amount of tuition reduction for private school affects probability of choosing private schools. This type of research is often conducted by private companies in developing new products, but local government officers in Japan are not accustomed to this type of research. It is true that local government in Japan conduct a lot of opinion polls or social surveys so far, but market research needs different methods and skills regarding estimations or statistical analysis. So we call it policy marketing research and conducted it using marketing research skills.
As network management, but network management easy to say, but hard to implement. In terms of this network management, we have to think about the governance theory. It is widely considered that governance is based on the horizontal power relationship and trust among the participating organizations. But the case of Incheon International Airport is originally quite different from the assumption of this kind of governance theory.
那我想这个部分的一些成功的一些关键，除了这些技术的一些引进、工作流程的一些改变之外，更重要的是这个公务人员机关文化的一些改变。从过去在办公室里面等待这个社会民众上门，到主动到偏远山区、偏僻地区提供主动的 service。 把民众要的一些，比如说缴税啦，或者是一些那个急难救助补助的一些活动项目，可以很快的怎么样，先做好相关的一些准备，甚至 mobile system 服务到家，到这些偏僻地区弱势团体里面提供主动的一些服务。那我想这个是一个蛮大的一个改变。